had my own case with my own wife. You come visit me in my house, and as soon as I didn't know, when I was when we were leaving the altar, people were, to God be the glory. Oh, if God opens your eyes when couples are walking to the altar, if God opens your eyes to see napkins, if God opens your eyes to see chains, to see things binding people, that those who are walking loose sometimes are not free. Memories of the past restraining many from making the kind of progress they should make. Unfortunately, it is in marriage you begin to see the consequence and the consequences of the things that we have left unresolved. And my wife and I too, that's how we walked into our marriage. As soon as we get home, every time people come to visit us in our house, as soon as the visitors are leaving, I walk them to the gate. By the time I am back, my wife has locked the door. So one day I asked her, I said, what if they are chasing me from outside? She said, hey, you will knock. Why do you close the door? But thanks be to God, I have learned not to turn such matters into a conflict matter, but a research matter. I've always learned to research. I said, what could be the cause of this? I couldn't find an answer. So one day in the night, I just had a nudge in my heart. Wake her up at 12 in the night. I woke my wife up. I said, tell me a little bit about your childhood. And she told me how her father, of course, was a polygamous person. And the room where she and her sister normally live in, the stepmother's brother will come into their room several nights attempting to rape her younger sister. So when the younger sister told my wife, they will wear short, so they wear their pants, they will now wear something on top, then they will wear short on top, then they will put belts on it, then they will lock the door. You understand? After they lock the door, then they will now put a chair behind the door. Look up here, I want to talk with you. I don't know why God allowed me to dwell here. I'm sure I'm talking to somebody in the house of God. You can't carry this you can't carry it to marriage. And guess what happened? My wife came to my house, and the next thing I noticed in the night, I'm the type that I like nightgown. I like my wife to wear beautiful nightgowns, because the Bible says that Jesus has paid the price. And the Bible says, and the veil of the temple has been torn from, signifying easy access now to the presence of God. No more doors, no more gates, no more veils. So I buy those kind of transparent gowns, transparent ones for my wife. When it's night for my wife to sleep, I'll notice that the transparent gown, they are still there. The next, I will never forget, that thing is still in my face. It's a trauma. It's my own trauma. There's this handless mama would wear. The mama will wear knicker. So I'm watching my wife wearing it short, and I'm like, is she coming to, this is night, are you going to fight? So what is going on? So it was that night when I asked her, I said, tell me, when she told me the story of the attempts on their lives, that was when I realized that although she has left her father's house physically, she is still there emotionally and mentally. Am I talking to somebody that's God? I said, God, what can I do? Accusation is not the key. Attack is not the key. I know from the little knowledge I have that reassurance is the key. I didn't know where God just gave me the word. I just look at her and said, sweetheart, look at me. I said, next to God, I vow to protect you for the rest of your life. I don't know how powerful those words were. Immediately after that, the next day I just saw my wife walking naked in the house. I said, Jesus, you will not value the sacrifice of Jesus because you were not in the Old Testament. If you are in the Old Testament and you know the stress they went through, if you saw the days of short in my room, you now see the days of walking naked, you will give God praise.